Hello everyone. So in this particular video we are going to do a practical for Snowpipe. So we have one of the requirement. Let's understand and let's try to do a practical. So requirement is very simple. So we have S3 bucket. We have a AWS cloud. There we have one of the storage S3 bucket. In this S3 bucket we are keep on getting the customer files. Customer.csv, customer1.csv, like that keep on getting the files. Now our requirement is like as soon as the files are receiving into this bucket, we have to load the data into a Snowflake table. So that is the requirement, and all the things should happen automatically. So for that, what actually we will use? We will use a Snowpipe. We will use a Snowpipe. So as soon as the file will receive into the bucket, what we will do? We'll try to load the data into a table. So architecture perspective, as soon as the files are receiving into the bucket, what we'll do, we'll try to create one kind of the notification, and that notification Snowpipe will receive, and based on that it will load the data into a table. So this will be the architecture we are going to follow. So let's try to do one by one. What is the first step we'll do? In AWS, right? First we'll try to create a S3 bucket, and after that in a Snowflake, right? In a Snowflake also we have to create a table. We have to create a table. We have to create an external stage, and we have to create a Snowpipe so that the data will be loaded into a table. So these are the steps we have to do. Let's do one by one. So what is the first thing we are going to do? First we are going to create a target table. So I'll open my Snowflake account. So this is my Snowflake. I'll go to the workspace, and here I will create a new file. Click on the add new SQL file. We'll give the name as a Snowpipe, and the first thing we are going to do is like we are going to create a table. So we are going to create a table based on the files. So this is my one table which I am creating, customer new. Create or replace table, customer new. So if I'll show you files also, so files we are receiving where we have data for the customer ID, customer name and city. That's why we have defined customer ID, customer name and the city. So we are going to create a customer new table. What is the thing you have to remember? You have to select the database here, practical database, and the schema is the test. There I want to create this table. Let me execute this. You can see customer new table got created. We have created a customer new table. Now after that, what will be the next step? We have to create a file format. So let's create a file format also. I'll copy this. So how to create a file format, everything we have already discussed in previous videos also. So what we'll do, the file generally is coming in the CSV format. So what I am defining, the type is CSV and we have to skip the header. So create or replace file format, CSV format. So this is one CSV format I am defining where I am saying my files are CSV and I have to skip the header. So let me create this. You can see file format also got created. Now what is the next thing? Next is the important, we had to create a external stage. So for the external stage, uh, first we had to do a storage integration. So whatever the files we have in a AWS, right, that integration we had to do. So for that, what is the command? This is the command, create or replace storage integration, because we had to tell like our files are arriving into the S3 and what will be the location. So that is storage integration we had to do. So coming to this, before coming to this, first let's create a S3 bucket. So I'll open my AWS account. So this is AWS account. I will first create a S3 bucket. In AWS, here you search for the S3, click on this. We'll try to create one bucket here. So once you click here, right, you will get one option, create bucket. Click on this. This will be the general purpose. Name you can give. Data POC testing, any name you can give, whatever the name you want to give. Make sure it's in small. Data POC testing, random name I am giving, and make sure it should be unique. and come here, click on the create bucket. What will happen? One bucket will be created. You can see this is one bucket got created, and here what we are going to do, let's create one folder. So click on this create folder, and the folder name I want to give as a customer. So here we will receive all the customer related data, right? So that's why I'm giving customer. Click on the create folder. So we have created one bucket and we have created one folder also. Now this is the folder where we will receive all the file. Now in this folder, if you go to the property, you will see S3 URL. Copy this, come to your Snowflake, and when we are creating a storage integration, right, we had to pass the location. So this whatever you have copied, right, that only you have to pass here. S3 whatever the bucket name and the where you will receive the file. So I am defining like I will keep on receiving the files into this bucket. So that's what I am defining here. Now after that, storage AWS role. So we also had to create a IAM role, because we had to give a permission, right? Then only this can be interacted. Like from Snowflake, we will be able to read the data. So for that, we had to define the role. How to define a role? Go to the IAM, click on this. We had to create a role so that we'll be able to access this S3 bucket. What we have to do, we have to click on this role, click on this role. We are going to create a new role, click on the create role, and here I will select the AWS account because we are using a third party to connect, right? Select that. You have to select your account and you have to select this external ID. This we have to select because this is best practice when a third party will assume this role, because we are going to use a Snowflake, right? So that's why we will select this external ID. Click on the next, and the external ID also you have to pass. So let me pass the randomly 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 as of now. Click on the next. Now what is the access we want to give? We want to give Amazon S3 full access. I will select this. Click on the next. Let's give the name. So I will give practical something, practical test. This is the name I am giving. You can give any name, and you can see your trust policy you have defined and you are giving this access. Click on the create role. Now if you want to search your role, you can see practical test. This is there. You have to select this, and from here you will get the ARN. This ARN you have to copy. You have to come here. So we are creating one storage integration. So there we had to pass the ARN, this AWS, right? So you can paste here. You can paste here. Now with the help of this only, you will be access to the storage, because here we have defined a S3 full access, right? So that's why we are passing here. And the what is the location? This is my S3 bucket location, and to access this, this is the ARN, this is the role we have created. Provider is S3. So we are creating one storage integration. So let me execute this. Storage integration is created. Now after this, what you have to do, you have to describe DSC and the S3 integration. Let's describe this. Let me execute once again. I think okay. What we have to write, describe integration also. Describe integration S3. So this you have to write and you have to execute. Now here you can see we are getting a external ID for this, and also we are getting a IAM user. So this is what from Snowflake we are getting. Now this one, because we had to communicate from here to AWS, right? So these are the external ID and this is the IAM user ARN, right? This we had to specify into our AWS also. So come here. So which particular role you have created? Come here, practical test. Go to the trust relationship, and here you can see external ID, right? This we had to edit. So click on the edit trust policy and go back here. So whatever external ID, right? This you have to copy and you have to paste into the external ID. So we are specifying this is the external ID that actually we will use from a Snowflake side. Similarly, for the AWS IAM user ARN, this you have to copy and you have to paste into here. So this is the two changes we have to do, so that you will not see any error and you will be able to access that properly. Click on the update policy. So you can see policy updated. We have passed the external ID and also we have passed the AWS ARN. Now come to Snowpipe. Now after that, what we have to do, we are going to create a external stage. We are going to create a external stage. So creating a external stage, it is very simple. Create or replace stage, customer stage. This is the customer stage I am creating. Here I have to pass the S3 location. What is my S3 location? My S3 location is this, right? So this I have to specify. And storage integration I am using S3 int. So this is the integration I have created, and file format CSV format. Now once I will create a stage, what will happen? As soon as you will receive a file into your cloud, right? As soon as the file will be uploaded into this location, you will also will be able to see into your stage also. So that's why the external stage we have created. Now if you want to see what are the files available into your stage, if I'll do list command, if I'll execute, as of now no files are available because in our AWS S3, right, and there is no file available. Now what we want to do, I will go to my S3 bucket, click on the search in the S3 bucket. I'll try to upload a file and we'll try to test. So this is a bucket, this is my bucket, and in this bucket we have customer. I'll upload a file. Click on the add files and let me upload a file. This is a customer 01. This file I will upload. Now we can see we have uploaded files and files are available in this bucket. Now whether the files are also available into a stage or not, click on this list. Let's see. You can see we are able to see it's also available in our stage also. So as soon as the files we will be uploaded here, you will also be able to see into the stage also. Now next thing is like it's available in a stage, but we have to load into a final table, right? We have to load into a this customer new table also. So how we can load this into a table, and that too automatically? So for that we will create a Snowpipe. So how to create a Snowpipe? It's very simple. What you have to do, syntax is very simple. Create or replace pipe. So we are creating one pipe. You can say like Snowpipe. Create or replace pipe, and the name you have to give. So I'm just giving the name as a customer pipe, and here we are passing auto ingest equal to true. Means as soon as the files are receiving, we want to load into a table. So create or replace one pipe. There the auto ingestion will be true, and what actually it will do? Copy into the table. What is our table? Our table is customer new, right? What I want to do, I want to copy into this customer new table from this stage. So we are creating one pipe. There we are saying auto ingestion is true, and we are writing copy into the table from this stage. From this stage load into this table. So one kind of the pipe we are creating, Snowpipe we are creating. So you can see one pipe is created. Now after that, if you want to describe the pipe, right, select this, describe the pipe. You will see all those details. You can see when actually it's created, what is the name, what is the database name, what is the definition, owner, notification channel. So this is the notification channel. Here you can see the ARN. Now what we have to do, we have to specify also in S3 bucket, right? So generally the architecture also will be, you have to set one kind of the notification, like if any file is receiving in a AWS S3, right? So that notification, one notification should be triggered, and that too, that should pass into the Snowpipe. So that Snowpipe will take action and it will load the data into a table. Means what we are expecting? We are expecting one kind of the notification that should send from a storage to a Snowpipe, so that Snowpipe will execute this copy into command and it will load the data into a table. So that we have to set up. So open your bucket. Now what you have to do, so this is the S3 bucket, right? And this is the bucket we have created. So I'll go to my bucket. This is the bucket. Click on the property. We'll set up one kind of the event notifications. So you can see this is the event notification. Click on the create event notification. You can give the name as a Snowpipe something test. Whatever the event name you want to give, you can give. And what is the event type? So anything is happening. So whether it is a put, post, copy, suppose any files is getting uploaded, posted, right? Everything, like if it is happening, delete, deletion. So those kind of the specific role also you can select. Suppose you want to send a notification only when the files are uploaded, right? So you can select this. Or suppose if anything is getting deleted that you want to send, right? So that you can select. As of now I am selecting all object create events. For that notification will be sent. Now after that we have to select the SQS queue, because send a notification to SQS queue to be read by a server. So this is the what we have to select, and after that enter SQS queue ARN. Now you have to come into the Snowpipe. So this is the one, right? This you have to copy, and ARN you can pass here. ARN you can pass. Click on the save changes. Now what will happen? One event will be sent to the Snowpipe as soon as the files will be uploaded. Now what will happen? We have set up one event notification. So as soon as file will be uploaded, right? Notification will be sent to the Snowpipe. What it will do? It will load the data into a finally table. Now let's try to test it. So we have created this customer new table, right? So if I'll show you, select star from customer new table. Let me execute. You can see as of now no files are available. Now I will go to the S3 bucket. In this customer I'll upload one file. Click on the add files. I will upload a customer 2 file. As soon as I will upload, one event will be triggered that will send to the Snowpipe, and Snowpipe will execute copy into command and it will load the data into a table. Click on the upload. You can see I have uploaded it. Now let's come here. Now if you will run, right, so generally you will see a latency, so it will take some times. You can see now it's loaded. Select star from customer new, the files are loaded. So it takes some time, and after that you will be able to find like it's loaded automatically. So as soon as the files are received into a stage, if I show you customer stage, here I can see new files are also there, and also automatically it's loaded into this particular customer new. Like that, whenever you will upload new file, now what will happen? Snowpipe will receive a notification and it will automatically load the data into a customer new. So that's how actually we can do a whole setup. I hope you got the idea. Please do practice.